She walked into a parking garage in broad daylight, a place everyone thinks is safe. Lauren Heike never walked out. No screams, no witnesses, just a car left behind, and a life erased. This is the chilling true crime story that shocked America. Stay with me till the end. Hit subscribe for more chilling stories. Lauren Heike was a 29-year-old woman living in Phoenix, Arizona. She was known among her friends and family as kind, friendly, and always willing to lend a helping hand. Lauren had a warmth to her personality that drew people in. She valued her relationships deeply and maintained close bonds with both family and friends, often spending her free time with those she cared about most. Fitness was an important part of Lauren's life. She loved staying active, and her passion for health and exercise was evident in her daily routine. Hiking was one of her favorite pastimes. Lauren frequently explored nearby trails, enjoying the peace of the outdoors and the physical challenge of the hikes. The outdoors gave her a sense of freedom and joy, a place to recharge and reflect. Recently, Lauren had moved into an apartment near Reach 11 Trail. She was excited for this new chapter, looking forward to settling into a place of her own while remaining close to the natural spaces she loved. Her life, while ordinary in many ways, was full of promise. She had plans for the future, dreams she hoped to pursue, and a lifestyle that combined independence, health, and connection with others. It is this sense of normalcy, this quiet, everyday happiness, that makes her story all the more tragic. Lauren Heike was living a life many would envy, full of energy, relationships, and hope, when that life was abruptly taken from her. On April 28, 2023, Lauren Heike woke up on her day off feeling happy and energized. She started the morning with a message in her WhatsApp group, thanking her friends for their support and sending positive vibes. It was a small gesture, but one that reflected her warm and thoughtful personality. Lauren had planned to go for a hike with a friend that day. The plan changed when he canceled due to work. Undeterred, Lauren decided to go on her own. She texted her boyfriend, Carlos, letting him know about her plan to spend time outdoors and enjoy the trails. At 10:29 a.m., Lauren left her apartment wearing her usual workout clothes. That would be the last confirmed time anyone saw her. There were no warnings, no signs that anything was wrong, just a woman heading out for a routine hike. Hours passed. Lauren didn't return home. She didn't answer her phone. Friends and her boyfriend tried to reach her repeatedly, growing more worried with each unanswered call. By the following day, April 29, concern had turned into alarm. Her employer reported her missing after realizing she hadn't shown up or checked in. Soon after, authorities received a separate 911 call. A woman's body had been discovered on the trail near where Lauren had planned to hike. The peaceful place she loved had turned into a site of tragedy. The news shocked everyone who knew her. A young, vibrant life, full of plans, energy, and joy, was suddenly gone, leaving family, friends, and the community searching for answers and struggling to understand how such an ordinary day could end in horror. Lauren Heike's worst fears became a reality when authorities confirmed the discovery of her body. It was found less than a mile from her apartment, near the trail she loved so much. The peaceful place she hiked regularly had turned into a scene of unimaginable violence. The autopsy revealed a brutal attack. Lauren had been stabbed more than 15 times. She was struck from behind, suggesting a sudden ambush. Evidence at the scene indicated a violent struggle. Her clothing and surroundings told a story of a desperate fight for survival. Thankfully, investigators confirmed there was no sexual assault, but the sheer brutality of the attack sent shockwaves through her family, friends, and the community. Lauren Heike, who had lived a life full of energy and kindness, had been taken in an instant. Her death not only left loved ones devastated but also raised urgent questions. Who could commit such a violent act so close to home? How did this happen in broad daylight? And why Lauren? From the start, investigators worked tirelessly to uncover what happened to Lauren. The first people questioned were those closest to her. Her boyfriend, Carlos, was fully cooperative and devastated by the news. Authorities reviewed his phone records and surveillance footage, which cleared him of any suspicion. Lauren's hiking friend, who had canceled their plans that day, was also questioned. His alibi was confirmed. He had been at work, leaving investigators to look elsewhere. At the crime scene, officers collected critical evidence. Lauren's clothing and shoes were taken for analysis. Investigators scoured the area for physical clues. Additionally, trail footage from over 500 cameras in the surrounding area was gathered, hoping to capture any sign of the perpetrator or suspicious activity. The early investigation focused on timelines, alibis, and the physical evidence at the scene. Every detail mattered. Every camera, every footprint, and every item of clothing could help solve the mystery. Authorities knew the answers were likely close by, but finding them required meticulous work. The case, already tragic, was proving complex, and investigators faced immense pressure to find the person responsible for the violent attack on a young woman whose life had been stolen in her own backyard. Investigators uncovered critical footage that would become a key lead in Lauren Heike's case. Cameras showed Lauren walking toward the trail, enjoying her morning hike, completely unaware of the danger approaching. Minutes later, a male suspect appeared on camera, moving in the same direction. That he had a thin build and medium complexion, wearing a gray shirt and black pants. A cap and glasses concealed his face, and a backpack added to his nondescript appearance. The footage showed him following Lauren closely, a shadow moving silently behind her. At 10:53 a.m., Lauren disappeared from the camera's view. Moments later, the man is seen running away, suggesting he fled the scene immediately after the attack. This breakthrough confirmed the attack was premeditated and sudden. It provided authorities with a clear description of the suspect and a timeline, setting the stage for the intense investigation that would follow. After reviewing CCTV footage, police made a public appeal for help. They asked the community to come forward with any tips, hoping someone might have seen something unusual on the trail that day. Flyers were posted, and news outlets shared Lauren's story nationwide. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, investigators were quietly reviewing DNA evidence collected from Lauren's shoes at the crime scene. The results had come back a match. The suspect had already been identified, though the public and even Lauren's family did not know. During a press conference, Lauren's family made an emotional plea, begging for answers and justice. They spoke with heartbreak, unaware that investigators had already pinpointed the man responsible for the attack. The DNA matched 22-year-old Zion William Teasley, who lived less than half a mile from the trail. Teasley had been added to CODIS in 2020 following a previous felony arrest. His proximity and criminal record made him an immediate person of interest. This discovery shifted the investigation dramatically. What had begun as a desperate search for a missing woman was now a focused manhunt for the person who had brutally ended her life. Investigators now had the evidence they needed to bring the suspect to justice. Zion William Teasley's criminal history painted a troubling picture long before Lauren Heike's attack. In 2019, he failed to complete Marine boot camp, a mark of early instability and discipline issues. By 2020, Teasley had accumulated 13 felony charges. These included burglary, armed robbery, kidnapping, assault with a weapon, and theft. He carried out multiple robberies at Circle K convenience stores, targeting both cash and merchandise with alarming boldness. Authorities say his actions were not random. They were calculated, aggressive, and escalating. Teasley eventually accepted a plea deal and served 3 years in prison, only to be released in late 2022. His behavior following release remained troubling. That he was fired from a job due to aggressive behavior toward female employees and theft. Investigators viewed his criminal history as a red flag. His record of theft, assault, and calculated crime suggested someone willing to take extreme risks, showing little regard for consequences. This background made authorities more focused, understanding that Lauren Heike's murder was not a random act. Teasley's past painted a clear portrait of danger, someone capable of violence, premeditation, and unpredictable behavior. It was now a race against time to bring him to justice before he could harm anyone else. During interrogation, Zion William Teasley claimed his attack on Lauren Heike was driven by jealousy. That he admitted struggling with his identity and controlling his anger but denied any sexual motivation. Investigators noted disturbing patterns in his past, an intense fixation on women and a history of aggressive behavior. After committing the attack, Teasley attempted to flee the state. That he purchased a one-way ticket to Detroit, planning to escape justice. Police acted quickly, arresting him before he could leave, ensuring that the investigation could continue and that he would face the charges for his violent crimes. In a shocking development, investigators discovered that Zion William Teasley may have a history of similar violence. A woman who had been attacked and stabbed in 2020 recognized Teasley after seeing news coverage of Lauren Heike's murder. The revelation prompted authorities to reopen the 2020 case, linking him to that prior violent crime. Teasley was subsequently charged with attempted murder in addition to Lauren's first-degree murder. Given the severity of his crimes, Teasley was considered a serious flight risk. Authorities denied any possibility of release while awaiting trial. The legal system moved swiftly to ensure he remained in custody, preventing any chance of escape. Prosecutors have indicated that they may seek the death penalty given the premeditated and violent nature of the crimes. The case underscores both the danger Teasley posed and the importance of meticulous investigation and swift justice. Investigators believe Lauren Heike's attack may not have been random. Evidence suggests Zion William Teasley followed her from her apartment, tracking her movements before the assault. On the day of the murder, he wore a hoodie and sunglasses despite extreme heat, indicating he wanted to conceal his identity. Teasley appeared prepared for violence. He carried a knife and approached Lauren in a way that suggested pre-planned stalking. Every detail pointed to a calculated act rather than a spontaneous attack. The meticulous nature of the assault raised alarm among law enforcement and the community, highlighting how quickly an ordinary day can turn into a tragedy. Authorities stress that awareness and vigilance are critical, as Teasley's actions demonstrate how premeditated violence can strike even in familiar, seemingly safe environments. Lauren Heike's story is tragic, shocking, and unforgettable. Subscribe for more true crime stories that uncover the truth. Like and share to honor Lauren's memory and spread awareness. Every click helps keep victims from being forgotten and reminds us to stay alert. Remember Lauren Heike. Stay safe, stay aware.